Con te dovrò combattere, non ti si può pigliare come sei. I tuoi difetti sono talmente tanti che nemmeno tu li sai. Sei peggio di un bambino capriccioso, la vuoi sempre vinta tu. Sei l'uomo più egoista e prepotente che abbia conosciuto mai. Ma c'è di buono che al momento giusto tu sai diventare un altro. In un attimo tu sei grande, 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 le mie pene non me le ricordo più. Io vedo tutte quante le mie amiche, son tranquille più di me. Non devono discutere ogni cosa come tu fai fare a me. Ricevono regali e rose rosse per il loro compleanno. Dico sempre di sì. Non hanno mai problemi e son convinte che la vita è tutta lì. E invece no, la vita è quella che tu dai a me. In guerra tutti i giorni sono viva, sono come piace a te. Ti odio, poi ti amo, poi ti odio, poi ti odio, poi ti amo. Non lasciarmi mai più. Sei grande, grande, grande come te, sei grande solamente tu. Ti odio, poi ti amo, poi ti odio, poi ti odio, poi ti amo. Non lasciarmi mai più. Sei grande, grande, grande come te, sei grande solamente tu. Sei grande, grande, grande come te, sei grande solamente tu. Sei grande. Grande, 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 solamente tu. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been. Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, and I say it's alright.
afternoon. Good afternoon to you all. So we viewed today the new intro, Happy Time Together Every Day, because this is what we have been doing for 69 days. Me here in Las Vegas, where it's 2 p.m. and you guys from wherever you are in the world. I know many of you are watching from New York City, where it's 5 p.m. A lot of you are watching from Europe, dall'Italia, dove sono le ore 23, tempo di andare a nanna. 22 for you guys watching from England, Ireland. I know many of you are there every day, put the alarm clock because you guys are afraid to fall asleep. And good morning to all the people that are watching from Australia, because there is either 5 p.m. in the morning or 7 p.m. in the morning, which is very early. So buongiorno a voi. So I hope you like the new intro, Happy Time Together, because every day we are having tons of fun. This is what we need to do during this COVID-19, right? We have to keep happy and keep positive, otherwise we are going insane. I know many of you are quarantined by yourself, which all of you are saying, I'm so lonesome, and some other people are quarantining with a whole family, like yesterday, the Bronx Wanderers, and they're going crazy too. Too many people around, so we can never be happy. There's either too many or too little people around. So today I have two spectacular guests for you. You know, Wednesday and Thursday are always my favorite days because I get to share some stories and I get to share with you some of my dearest friends, most talented people in the planet. Today I'm going to have Gregg Field and Monica Mancini. As I say, Mancini for the British and English people, Mancini per gli italiani. Yes, the daughter of Henry Mancini. We've been talking about him a lot, actually. Before that, we always open the shows with, thanks to Doug Hartline in Sacramento, we open with a birthday and events in history. So today, May 27, is an historic day, Doug is saying, for the world of construction. Look at that. In 1930, the 1,046-foot Chrysler building is open in New York City and becoming the tallest building in the world. What is amazing, Doug is saying, that as about construction of the beautiful building, is that the spire was built and hidden inside in order to fool other skyscrapers who were trying to build also the tallest building. So they achieved to be the tallest building only for let's say 11 months, because 11 months later the Empire State Building was would top it. Oh, look at that. While in New York, New York is not the city with the tallest building, is for sure one of the most spectacular one. It's been my hometown for 11 years. According also to the forconstructionpros.com, there were 3,000 construction workers involved in the building, and 0 deaths, which is very uncommon. So I'm gonna post at the end of this the Giada Live a video that I found on the internet from 1930, where you can see guys how the construction workers were dealing and working building. Is amazing. I found it was too long to broadcast it live because it's 12 minutes, but I will post it there so you guys can watch it. Today in 1931, Auguste Piccard, a Swiss physicist, and Charles Pfeiffer, very nice name for me to say, Kneifer, actually, it's Kneifer, made the first flight into stratosphere by balloon, ascending in a balloon from Augsburg, Germany, and reached a height of 51,793 feet in 17 hours. Apparently it was a record. A flight that terminated on a glacier near Innsbruck, so it didn't have an ending. But anyway, I found also a funny picture that I want to share with you of a year earlier when they were posing with an improvised crash helmet. JJ, did you know the picture? I think that's really something. Look at that. What is funny about those two figures that apparently had a good sense of humor is that Auguste Piccard was the inspiration of Professor Kuderberg, calculus, in The Adventures of Tintin, the Belgian cartoonist Hergé. Do you remember we celebrated his birthday a couple of days ago? Look at him. Apparently Piccard was at an appointment in Brussels, Hergé spotted him, and it was inspired to create that character. How funny is that? And today in 1936, the Queen Mary leaves Southampton for New York. Well, it is now Dr. Doug is saying, because I haven't seen it, it's apparently in Long Beach, California, where it serves as an hotel and a restaurant. And Doug is saying that he's personally been there, and it's very beautiful, a beautiful place and a great experience to go. So when COVID-19 is over, we go all that to Long Beach, California. And in 1937, the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco opened in San Francisco to pedestrian today, and tomorrow it will open to traffic by car. It is actually the most photographed bridge in the world, and when it was built, it was the longest and tallest suspension bridge in the world. You have to show it, JJ? JJ is gonna show you the picture of the Golden Gate. And by the way, I spent a month in San Francisco. The first year I came to America 20 years ago, and I ended up spending 1 month in San Francisco, which is by far my favorite city in all United States. Sorry to say, but it is. It's a beautiful place. It's the most European city in the United States. And today, in 1969, Walt Disney World construction begins at Lake Buena Vista in Florida, fulfilling his dream of a much bigger, happiest place on earth. Well, we got to love Walt Disney, you know, we're all dreamers here, and we all live in fairy tale life. You are here every day with me, and there's a beautiful place to go and see. Birthday. Today, 1911, Vince Price was born, and even though he had a major degree at the Yale University, became an actor, starring in over 75 movies for more than 7 decades, and is known for horrors movie, which is not really my genre of either Doug, but Doug also shared with me a beautiful picture, because apparently he was a piano player, and Doug was able to play on the piano of him that is in San Francisco, California. JJ is looking for the picture, and JJ will show it in a second. By the way, today we have a new system, so JJ is able to see the pictures on the computer, and he was supposed to be faster in showing the pictures to you. As you can see, he has some technical. And JJ is saying that there are some technical problems also with my pictures. Who cares about my pictures? They know how I look like. It's not about me. So today also something very close to my family. In 1915, Mario del Monaco, an Italian opera tenor, was born in Florence into a musical upper-class family, Neapolitan father and Sicilian mother. He was one of my grandparents' favorite singers, together with Maria Callas, and apparently he was a family friend. My parents were always raving about him, especially my grandmother. She was always saying he was a true gentleman, a very good-looking man. And he said that because of his ringing voice and his macho appearance, he earned the nickname of the brass bull of the opera. That's why my grandmother probably loved him. And in 1922, Christopher Lee, who is also a famous actor for horror films, wow, all horror movie actors were born today, became known for his roles in Star Wars and Lord of the Rings. I don't even know if JJ can show you the pictures, guy, but I do hope so. JJ, how is the situation pictures? And here he is. Yeah, I know him. There he is. And in 1935, Lee Meriwether, an Emmy and Gold Globes nominated actress, was born in Los Angeles and turns today 85 years old. She was Miss America in 1955, and there she is, and become famous as the Catwoman in Batman. And that's Doug with her recently. Man, she still looks amazingly beautiful. How she turns today, how old? 85. Wow, she looks great. And in 1971, Paul Bettany was born in London, England. Yes, guys, in London, England, and turns today 48. He is known for both English and American films like Marvel, The Da Vinci Code, I love that movie, A Beautiful Mind, and Star Wars Story. Not much my cup of tea, but it's great in that movie too. In 1990, Golden Globe winner Chris Colfer from Glee was born today in Clovis, California, and he turns 30. Oh my gosh, he looks so cute. He was like a little child. He turns 30. JJ, show the pictures of him. He's really, no, that's not the guy. That's Paul Bennett. There he is. He's cute, like a, I know I said it wrong, like a button of, it's not a bottom, but a button, like the one in here. Why is that? I should ask Greg and Monica why somebody can be cute like a button. I don't understand. But anyway, he's cute, and happy birthday to him. He turns 30. He must have been like 15 years old over there. Well, today I'm so excited because I have two amazing guests. JJ, did you solve all the problem that we have with the images? Not yet. but we are continuing. Well, without further ado, today it's a great day for many, many reasons. These two people are, of course, friends of mine, but they are, can you say, they're too young to be a living legend, but they are going to be one day soon living legend. Let me read you something, just to mention some of their artistic achievements. Gregg Field, 8-time Grammy-winning producer, he has either played drums or produced the album of some of the world-class musicians as singers like Michael Bublé, Pharrell Williams, Barbara Streisand, Frank Sinatra, Quincy Jones, Placido Domingo, Garth Brooks, James Taylor, Andrea Bocelli, Mariah Carey, Alejandro Fernandez, Christina Aguilera. Yes, he also has some Latin Grammy. Josh Groban, Stevie Wonder, Tim McGraw, John Ratz, Ray Charles, Seal, Gloria Estefan, Herbie Hancock, Count Basie, Natalie Cole, Ella Fitzgerald, Barry Manilow, LeAnn Rimes, John Williams, Arturo Sandoval, Clint Holmes, Vince Gill, Amy Grant, Johnny Mathis, and Carole King. Yes, I know. Basically the whole world of music from A to Z. And then the guest that is next to him today, Monica Mancini. Not only she's the daughter of the one and only Harry Mancini, legendary film composer, and she's also a Concord Records recording artist and double Grammy-nominated vocalist. She has performed with major symphony orchestras worldwide, including the Chicago Symphony, the New York Pops, the Boston Pops, the Dallas Symphony, Seattle Symphony, and the London Metropolitan Orchestra. Wow! She has appeared on countless film scores and recordings with such notable artists as Placido Domingo, Quincy Jones, and Michael Jackson. Go figure. She has performed sold-out concerts at Carnegie Hall, Disney Hall, Boston Symphony Hall, and in Tanglewood with John Williams, the one and only John Williams, and the Boston Pops. The only thing that is more impressive than their career, if it's that possible, is that they are amazing people. And you will see in a second what I'm talking about, because they are just amazing human beings. So let's see if they are there. Monica and Greg, are you guys there?
Hi.
Oh my gosh! Did you open a restaurant?
Come on, we're in our kitchen.
You are in the kitchen. My question was, how is this quarantine going? But I can see you guys are cooking.
Or drinking.
Or drinking, yeah.
I think those two things goes well together. Don't you think so?
Absolutely.
So I see. You guys, I think you really should consider to open a restaurant. You really look like the cutest chef I've ever seen.
We are promoting our dear friend, Pino Aragon in London. He has an Italian restaurant called Giovanni, and he made us honorary chefs. So here we are. It means nothing. It's cute, but we're not.
So I see is Giovanni's in London, and then there is your name, Chef Monica Mancini and Gregg Field?
Yeah.
So my question, let's start. Normally the question about food comes to the end. At the end, I want people to know about your achievement. But so who is the better chef, Greg or Monica?
Oh yeah.
Greg.
No doubt about it.
No.
But he is as cute as a button, isn't he, Giada?
Yeah, Monica, why do you say cute as a... First time I said as a bottom, and people were thinking that I was saying the derriere. But why do they say that? Do you have any idea?
I have absolutely no idea. It makes no sense. Do you?
No idea.
We have to figure it out because, I mean, why a button? A button cannot be that cute, right? But yeah, Greg is cute as a button.
Look it up.
Yeah, we have to look it up. We have many people there appearing, and normally they are my live Wikipedia. They go and they Wikipedia everything. So I'm sure by the end of the day, we're gonna know more. But so.
Great.
You two are having a good time, as I can see.
Yeah.
Are you guys missing traveling, performing, playing, singing?
Well, that was our lives. But it all kind of stopped. And like with everybody else, we're kind of confined to our home, to our kitchen. And so I've become a baker extraordinaire. And I can cook the best pasta, I think, ever. I'm letting my domestic side come out. I'm a domestic goddess.
We are laughing about it, but actually I had also many guests, and everybody has said the same. All these superstars, they said that they discovered during COVID-19 that they are either husbands, fathers, wives, mothers, chefs, and they became more connected. What is the reality? Actually, we are human beings, no matter how famous and artistic we are, right?
Monica is a maestro in the kitchen. Giada, she made lemon pasta last night. Oh,
Oh.
my God.
How do you make the lemon pasta? Now we all want to know, Monica. Can you say it in 2 cents?
Lemon and ricotta, lemon zest, lemon juice, ricotta, parmigiano. Mix it up, throw in some fusilli. Voila.
Sounds like a recipe that Giada love to do. As long as it's delicious and easy and fast. Maybe I pick up one of your recipe. I'm gonna call it pasta lemon zest by Monica Mancini.
Okay,
That's it.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I will try it and I will let you know, guys. So, but let's talk about something, because I mean, every time I spend time with you, and by the way, we're talking now, we're eating at home. I found so many pictures of us. Every time we are together, we are in restaurants eating. I couldn't find so many pictures of us doing music or singing. Look at us having breakfast with Clint Holmes and Steve Terrell. Do you remember?
Very well.
Yeah,
Steve
we almost
Terrell.
got Rod Stewart there, because I remember you, Greg said, I just called Rod Stewart, but he's in England. Otherwise, he would have joined us. I was like, okay. And restaurants, plenty of restaurants. Always, look at us, eating with Chris Walden and Beata over there, and Clint, of course. That's the time when you guys were working on Clint Holmes' CD that you guys were nominated for 2 Grammy. Why Clint watching also?
Hey, Clint.
Hi, Clint.
Of course, it's the whole world is looking at us, guy. But Greg, every time I see you, and then I go to you, Monica, you share these amazing stories, because you know I'm a dreamer, and I believe that what we have in our mind can become true if we dream it intensively. Can you share with everybody how you started your career as a kid in 1973 and the Count Basie encounters, and because that changed everything for you, right?
It did. Yeah, I heard Count Basie's band when I was a 10-year-old at Disneyland in the 60s. And I became obsessed. I'd never really heard jazz. I'd been playing drums for about a year. I became obsessed with Basie, and I had my dad buy every record he could find, and I would come home and practice to the records. And this went on for about 7 years, and I was a senior in high school in San Francisco, your favorite. And Ella Fitzgerald and Basie were playing at a theater every night for a week, and I bought a ticket for every show. And I would stand outside the stage door waiting for the musicians to pull up in their bus. I just wanted to see them. You know, they were gods to me. And one night, the Saturday night during their run, I was standing outside that stage door, and one of the musicians talked to me for a moment, a guy named John Williams, baritone saxophone player. And he invited me backstage, and the long story, made as short as possible, is that we were standing in the wings of the theater. The band was getting ready to play, and up comes Count Basie. And John Williams introduced me to him, told him I was a drummer. It was time for the band to get on stage, so the whole band walked out and got on stage, and as they were about to introduce Basie, the manager came up and said, "Hey, Basie, Sonny Payne's not here." And Sonny Payne was the drummer. And Basie said, "Didn't you say you play drums?" I said, "Yeah, I do." And when you want to play? And I said, "Yeah." And I walked out and I sat down on Sonny's drums, and I played the whole concert.
Wow.
Incredible.
And yeah, and it really is incredible. And then 7 years later, my phone rings and it was Basie, and he said, "You want to join my band?" And that was it. But it was a dream come true, absolutely.
Wow, but yeah, because I know you said that somehow you were ready. It was in somewhere in the back of your mind, and one day you would have met Count Basie and played with them, right?
No. I never in a million years, when I was at that point, when I was still in high school, did I dream that I could actually make it into the band. I wanted it, but I didn't have any thoughts that I needed it, or I was going to really strive to get there, because it was such a high goal. But I would come home every day, Giada, and practice those records. I knew all the songs, at least in my head. And every song that played during the concert, I had played in my bedroom hundreds of times. Yeah. And, when I look back on it, not to get too metaphysical here, but I do find that wherever I put my attention and it comes through joy and excitement, doors start open. And it's worked that way my whole life.
I do believe that. And you, Monica, you are the daughter of, Harry Mancini is just a legend, and your mother, Ginny, she was a wonderful singer. When did you, it was no other way for you, I think, to do something in the music, because, there was music, was your father sharing the amazing music he was playing with you as a family? And, how did you start to dream about to become a singer, and then when did you start to sing?
Well, I dreamed of becoming a singer because of my mother, as you mentioned. She was a studio singer in Los Angeles, and I just emulated her. I said, this is what I want to do. So that's what I did. And it actually wasn't until my dad passed that someone asked me to go and be a soloist on stage. I was very happy being in the studios and doing, singing on film and commercials. And then I had an opportunity to sing Dad's music in a concert setting, and that took me to a different level in my career. So it just progressed in a very natural way. But Dad wasn't around saying, you will become a musician. He just wanted us to be happy and stay out of jail.
He was a wise Italian man, right? And talking of which, you guys are cooking now. Was Henry and your mother, because they were so busy doing music, were they cooking for you guys? Who was the chef in the family?
Every Sunday, late afternoon and evening, when my dad wasn't on the road, when he was at home, we would all go to my parents' house. We all lived within 15 minutes of each other, and I'll go there and watch my dad cook pasta and sit around with a glass of wine, and I'll yak, and then he would create. He thought he was so good. And he would create these very simple, but he thought they were, brilliant pastas. And we'd have a lovely family dinner. So that was sort of that gave him the most joy, I think, of anything he did. And as a family, so I grew up watching him cook pasta. Listen, I can cook the most al dente noodle you have ever seen because of my dad.
So next time I'm going to be in LA when COVID-19, you're going to be cooking. We don't go to restaurant. Forget about the restaurant. Monica will be cooking.
Okay.
You even have the outfit. Look at that.
I know. Come on.
That's fantastic. I have to ask. I think I never asked you. Where did you two met? You two, lovebirds.
We met in Tokyo.
Tokyo?
And it was, almost to the day, it was 23 years ago. And it was her father's orchestra. And Monica was hired to sing, and I was hired to play drums. And we had our first rehearsal in Tokyo, and I thought, wow, Henry Mancini's daughter has got to be nepotism. How good could she possibly be? Yeah. And we had rehearsed a couple of the instrumental songs, and then the first vocal we did was Days of Wine and Roses. And I'm kind of looking at the music, and I hear Monica start to sing, and I go, oh my God. And I couldn't see her. She wasn't in front of the orchestra. And about halfway through the song, she came walking in, and I thought, oh my God, this woman is stunning. And then she can really sing. And I had never been married. And I'll tell you, by day 3 of that tour, that month tour of Japan, it was over for me. That was it.
So let me ask the lady, Monica. And when you saw him, what did you thought? When did you notice him?
I was not so impressed, to be perfectly honest. It's hard not to notice him, especially when he's on the drum set. And to be perfectly honest, I used to hate drum solos. Except if it was Ringo, whatever. But jazz drum solos I used to go, oh my God, no. And it was the first time that I listened to a drummer and paid attention to the artistry in playing the drums. So it really woke me up, and I said, oh, I must marry him.
was like meant to be. It's funny because this is such a beautiful story because I mean, JJ, when they ask him why did you marry her, he always said because she's funny. So I was wondering what made you. Yeah, I always tell the story that I took him to the priest when we got married, and the priest in Italy asked JJ, why do you want to marry her? And JJ said, because she's funny, she makes me laugh. So I was wondering what was the, yeah, no, the priest has the same face of Monica, like, okay. But it's true, we're still laughing together. That's part of our, I mean, COVID-19 is been laughing.
About marrying musicians.
Oh yeah, he used to say, trumpet players and drummers, stay away, stay away. So that did me a lot of good.
Yeah.
So your daddy was still alive, right? When you guys met, was your father happy with these things going on, or there were some?
No, he had passed away about 3 years before I met, so he never did know him, and I think they both really missed out on a great relationship because their sensibilities are very much the same. Their music, they shared a great love of jazz, and they smoke cigars and drink wine, and so music, wine, cigars, pasta. What else do you need?
They were made for each other. It's the only drummer that you could marry, Monica. There was no other drummer. Talking of which, I know you both have been working on something. I mean, Ella Fitzgerald is one of my favorite singers of all time. Being Italian and having this difficulty with my English, every time if there is a song that she has recorded and I want to hear how it's supposed to be done, I listen to Ella Fitzgerald. And you guys have been working on something, yeah. And you met her actually, Monica, right? You both of you play with Ella, and you also knew her. So can you tell everybody this amazing project you're working on?
Go ahead.
I will, but I have to tell you that Monica and I were doing a concert in Palermo with the symphony with our great friend and great conductor, Gaetano Randazzo.
Sì, della Sicilia, sì.
And Monica did a clinic at the conservatory in Palermo with all the young jazz singers. And, you know, these were young women and men that were born after Ella died. And Monica said, who's your favorite singer? And the entire room, it was Ella Fitzgerald. It is quite remarkable that she's still so beloved. Yeah, I worked with her for about 2 years. I was her drummer back in the 80s. And unfortunately, that was my first, where'd you get that? Wow. That was my first gig. And that's Joe Pass on guitar. And the bass was Keter Betts and Paul Smith, the piano player. That was our quartet.
Wow.
You know, but to your question, yeah. So 2017 was going to be Ella's 100th birthday. And I think most people know she was discovered at the Apollo Theater when she was 17 in the amateur contest. And the Apollo reached out to me and asked me to produce her 100th birthday concert on the stage where she was first discovered, which was pretty exciting. So we had a whole group of really incredible singers. We had Patty Austin, Cassandra Wilson, Liz Wright, Monica, David Allen Greer, who had just come off Broadway winning a Tony, or nominated for a Tony for Porgy and Bess. And Lettucey, incredible. And Andrew Day. And there's Monica. So that's
Monica, yeah.
That's the Count Basie Band, and a group of great New York string players. And Shelley Berg's playing piano. Your good friend Nathan East is playing bass, and that's Brian Nova playing guitar. And so it was, I have to say, Giada, that was the most amazing evening I've ever spent making or hearing music. And fortunately, we recorded it. And the album came out this month.
You have it?
I do.
Yes.
Show and tell.
So it's called, can you see that?
Yes, I can see Ella 100.
Ella 100 live at the Apollo. And it's just out. So I hope everybody watching will give it a, it's incredible.
Yeah, it's great.
I mean, you can imagine, we were on the stage where certainly the greatest jazz singer of all time, sang for the first time. She didn't go to the amateur contest to sing. She went to dance. And she actually told me the story. She went there to dance at the Apollo Amateur Contest, and just before she went on, these two professional dancers from Harlem, called the Edwards Sisters, had gone to Hollywood. They made a film. They came back, and they were the cause celeb of Harlem, and they decided to have them go on before they started the amateur contest. And Ella was the first one out, and she said to the host, I can't follow them. You mind if I sing something? And, you know,
wow.
Popular music was changed for her. So we really felt that emotion, Giada, being on that stage at that time, and everybody's performances were lifted. Monica did an incredible version with Brian Nova of Once in a While. And she talked about Ella and knowing her growing up, and then she sings it, and it was a very emotional. That's a very emotional part of the evening.
I mean, Monica, you met Ella. I mean, you were a child for sure when you met her, but what kind of person was she? Yeah, you're still a child, so.
She, you know, she was more friends with my parents, and I knew her, you know, kind of on the outskirts, but she was lovely. She was kind of like a grandma. And then, of course, she goes on stage and then had this whole persona, this brilliance comes out of her mouth. But she was just a lovely, kind of reserved and seemed like a very shy, respected woman. And she got on stage and killed it. So, yeah. I don't know. She's lovely.
Yeah. Well, Gregg, you said to me, one of the first time actually I met you, because, I mean, even though nobody will ever think about it, Ella Fitzgerald for me she's the best singer ever. She doesn't have color, she doesn't have age, she's just perfections in everything she does for me. And I remember one time when I found out that you had played with her, before even I met you, Monica, I asked to you, Gregg, what kind of person she was, and you said, oh, she would have loved you. And you said that to me. Already the thought that Ella could have loved me, because apparently she was also approachable and funny, made me dream that maybe one day on another life I'm gonna meet Ella Fitzgerald. But I was to work with her as a drummer, because drummers and singers, I mean, I always listen to the drum, the beat. I was to work with Ella, that she was such a perfection in everything. Did you have a special connection? What do you think made her so special?
Well, a lot of things. One, she was very humble. And she was rather lonely, actually. You know, she'd been married just for a short time in the late 1940s to the bass player Ray Brown. Basically, the rest of her life, starting around 53 or 54, you know, she never had a romantic relationship. So when she would sing songs like "They're Writing Songs of Love, But Not for Me," they were spoken from a true place. And I think, you know, like Sinatra was that way in terms of always singing the truth, I suppose. You know, you believed when they sang something, you believed it. They were wired to sing that. But also, yeah, you make a really good point. I think the relationship between the drummer and the singer is really intimate and really important. You know, our wheels need to be turning at the same time. When I first joined Ella, she said something and I didn't understand it. She said, you know, when you play for me, I have more air. I didn't know what she meant. And she had a heart attack on the road. That's why we stopped. And she was off for a couple of years. And during that time, I was hired by Sinatra. And I realized by working with Frank what Ella was talking about. And it's basically hearing the rhythm. Both of their rhythmic sensibilities were as good as you could imagine. And all I had to do as a drummer is just play right in the middle of where they sang. And that would create a rhythm section where we're all moving together. And that support and that level of intimacy, I think that when all that worked together, that really was what you're hearing in the audience. You're hearing, you know, I mean, Frank with Basie, I mean, it doesn't get better than that, right? And they were, I did a PBS, no, it wasn't PBS, I did an NBC special. I was 25, and it was it was Frank Sinatra and Count Basie, and I was Basie's drummer at that point. And we did 2 songs with Frank on his TV special. We did Best Is Yet to Come and Pennies from Heaven. And when I watched the video later, you can go online and see it. There's a shot, the camera right in front on Frank, and I'm behind him. And both of our shoulders are going exactly in the same place. And Frank could just drop right deep in the middle of that groove that Basie created. And it was magic.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, those are amazing stories. But hey, next to you, there is I always say, because she's very humble too, your wife, Miss Monica over there. But she has a beautiful voice. I found I have a crush for an old singer, which is Johnny Mathis. And I found a cute video of you two singing together. Can I show a little clip of it? And then I have a question for you. Yeah, look at that. Guys, this is Monica and Johnny Mathis. You know, guys.
I'm in Dreamsville, holding you, a dreamy view, just we two alone with
Love in Dreamsville, time is new. We're here to love, and we do.
we can see the rest of the world below us.
From our pink cloud, there's no boundary to this magic land.
As we go exploring, hand
Is that beautiful or what? What was that? When did you guys work on that? What is that? I found it yesterday. I was like, oh, she worked with Johnny Mathis.
Well, my dad and Johnny Mathis were so simpatico. They were best buddies. And they used to, Dad used to open for him doing concerts, symphony concerts, and they were quite the pair. And so we've known Johnny since we were little people. And he's just the most fun, the most loving, the most warm. And when I asked him if he would want to do this duet with me, he said, hell yeah. He didn't even think about it. He just wanted to honor Dad in that way. And great guy. Great guy.
I thought it was a beautiful video, and I'm a huge fan of your voice. I know. So Ella 100 is finished. So Greg, are you working on the new album of Monica while cooking? Oh no.
That's coming. Actually, yeah. I mean, we worked on it
You
for
know
a
I love
while.
her. I have to ask you every time. I've been asking for years.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Giada.
I love you, man. I know you love me a lot. Right now, you really love me a lot.
We're getting
Is any
there,
music
Jennifer.
coming out with Monica?
We got to finish it. It's an album. It's just Monica and Dave Grusin doing Dave's music with all new lyrics written for each of the songs by Leslie Bricusse and Janice Ian and Lorraine Feather, the Bergmans. Yeah, we just have to finish it.
I know,
It's not
because
like-
Monica. I know, but there is plenty of time, Greg. Now there's plenty of time. She cooks, you can produce. And Monica, by the way, you have among the people that watch every day. There is a guy from Liverpool, Richard Hunger, who it's a dear friend of mine, even though I never met him. And to the first day that I connected with him, he said that the best version he has ever heard of Senza Fine is yours. And when I told him that I knew you, it was like, Monica, he loves your voice. I think he's starting to sing songs, and he always take an example of your Senza Fine, trying to redo your version. So hey, Greg.
Of all the music I recorded and all of the things that are on YouTube or whatever, Spotify, that's my number one hit is Senza Fine. I don't get it. I love it. But it's people really respond to that song.
John, I got to tell you a story about that track. So it's from a movie. It's from this horror movie since we were talking about horror movies,
Horror
That
movie,
you
yeah.
love.
and the horror movie was produced by Robert Zemeckis, and it was called Ghost Ship. And for those of you out there that may have seen it, the opening scene is this actress lip singing to Monica, and she's on an Italian cruise ship in the 50s. And the producer called, my phone rang. I never met the producer, and he said, "Hey, Greg, does Monica sing in Italian?" I said, "Oh yeah, absolutely." And he said, "Well, we love to have her sing Senza Fine to open this movie." I said, "Great." So we were doing a concert in Palm Beach with the Palm Beach Pops, and they sent us the track, and we went in the studio, and Monica sounded like an American trying to sing Italian. So one afternoon, we went into this Italian restaurant called Beach Age, and there was an Italian guy that was the maitre d', and he said, "Oh, the Monica Mancini in my restaurant! Oh my God!" I said, "Hey," I said, "you're obviously Italian." He said, "Yeah." I said, "Could you do me a favor? Would you work with my wife? She's got to sing Senza Fine for this movie, and we can go back in and record it tomorrow." So the guy spent 2 hours with Monica, getting every word pronounced perfectly. So we recorded it, we sent it off. They were shooting the scene in Australia. And about 3 or 4 days later, the producer called. And he said, "Hey, Greg, thanks so much. Monica was great. I didn't know that people were from Sicily." And I said, "They're not." And he said, "Well, why is Monica singing with a really thick Sicilian accent?" So
It was the waiters.
The version was like a D's, Dems, and Does version.
Yeah, it's like, because this was a very sophisticated woman from Milan, the character. So we got home. I said, "Could you mind if we record it again?" And we called UCLA, and we got the head of the Italian department to come over. And she had coached Josh Groban, and she was great. And so she ended up reworking Monica. Then we went back in the studio and recorded it. And yeah, it became her most popular song. Yeah.
Yeah. There it is.
It's my mom's favorite song. So even my mother in Italy knows your version of Senza Fine, because when I was in Italy, I said, "Ma, you know who sang your favorite song?" Even Monica. So I played it for her, and even my mom said, "Oh, she speaks Italian." I said, "Actually, she doesn't, but but sounds great."
God,
Yeah, it's funny. And it's funny, we were talking about horror movie. I saw actually, after I met you guys, I saw the movie because I wanted to know. And the opening scene is like frightening, really, what happened on that ship, the ghost ship movie. Guys, if you've never seen, listen to Senza Fine. And it's, hey, but nevertheless, and there is another recording that, yeah, it's beautiful of you, Cinema Paradiso, of course. I'm a huge fan. And you know that, Greg, before I met you, Cinema Paradiso of Ennio Morricone is something I've been singing for years, and my problem was always that I was trying to see if there was an English version, so somewhere towards the end I could switch into English to make the American audience to understand what was about, and I found Monica Mancini version far before I met you guys. So I took some of the lyrics, but I wanted to say who wrote the lyrics, and I could never find out who was the writer of the lyrics. And I remember when we were working on my PBS special, I talking to Greg, and Greg said, "I wrote the lyrics, and Ennio Morricone gave me the rights for." I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's Greg give me advice during my PBS special." So now every time I sing the song, Greg, I'm always say, actually I'm gonna sing it at the end of the programs. I'm always say that thanks to you, we have a little piece in English so people understand the beauty of the lyrics also in English. So you did a great job. So you're also a songwriter, a lyricist. You're everything.
Yeah, it was quite by accident. We were making Monica's album called Cinema Paradiso, and Josh Groban had recorded an Italian version called "Say," right?
Yeah,
and
see.
So we wanted to do it in English, and I called Alan and Marilyn Bergman and said, "You want to write a lyric for this?" And they said, "No, we're not going to do it. Every time we write something for Morricone, he turns it down. We're not going to waste our time." So that night, we decided to watch the movie. for the 100th time. It's my favorite movie. It's Monica's favorite movie. And, you know, it's pretty emotional. When Monica went to bed, I thought, you know, I'm going to take a shot at the lyric. And I had the whole lyric in about 45 minutes, and then I got writer's block and went to bed, woke up the next morning and watched the last 20 minutes of the film and wrote the lyric. And I thought, well, what do I do? And I called EMI, who administers Morricone's publishing, and said, you know, is it possible to get permission to do this? And they said, well, send us a lead sheet. We're going to send it to Morricone in Rome, and they're going to take it to him, and we'll see if he'll give you permission. I said, well, how long is this going to take? Because we were going to record it about 3 or 4 days later. And they said, we have no idea. And about 3 days later, the phone rang, and it was his agent in New York, and he said, good news, Maestro Morricone has approved your lyrics. So I ended up being the English lyricist on Cinema Paradiso.
Not the bad.
Thanks to you, and thank you, Monica, because I know I love your version. I sing it all the time, but I'm a huge fan of both of you. You are both amazing people, and and thanks to God that you got together. And I'm always say that you two are you are amazing together, because yeah, Gregg is like, you know, you meet Gregg, you fall in love with Gregg instantly, because you, Gregg, are like the sunshine. You embrace everybody. Monica, she's like, I always say, she's like my mother. You're both born in May. Monica observes. And because, Monica, you may not remember, but we knew each other actually, we had quite some dinner and lunch. And then one morning we had breakfast, the breakfast picture I show. And we were both with no makeup, having some kind of crazy, funny time. And I probably said something insane. And you turned to me and you said, I kind of like you. You're cool, actually. And I think that's the first time I felt that you liked me. So thank you, Monica. It took me like a year, maybe. Which I love. I have my mother is just like you. My mother is just like, say, you cannot like everybody instantly. You just have to observe me. I'm like Gregg. I love everybody. You are.
Why not?
Hey. And you said it also before. Gregg fell in love instantly, which, I mean, I don't blame him. Look at you. But you observed him for a little bit. It took time, even though you're handsome too, Gregorio. Maestro Gregorio. Guys, I had so much fun with you. One question before we leave. I know you go to Italy all the time. I can't hear you anymore. You guys have been to Italy many times, right? We have some delays here now. I can hear you. Today our internet is just like leaving us alone. I wanted to ask you, you've been to Italy. Which is your favorite place that you have ever seen in Italy?
Ooh. Probably Positano.
Can't go wrong with Positano.
Yeah, right?
Did you hear that?
Positano.
Yeah,
I've heard Positano. I'm a fan of all the booths of Italy, so I always ask everybody what's your favorite. But I cannot wait actually that we can fly again and go somewhere in Italy and hopefully soon. Guys, what are you cooking tonight?
I think Grubhub is cooking tonight.
I'm coming. It's gonna take me like 5 hours. I'm on my way. Guys, you are fantastic. I mean, thank you so much. And once again, Ella 100, people can buy it. What can they buy the CD, Gregg? Amazon?
Anywhere.
Yeah, you can stream it. Hey, Giada, can I promote one other record?
Whatever you want to promote, Maestro Gregorio.
So this is, I came prepared. So
I love that.
This is especially you guys in the UK will know about this young man. Can you see that? His name is Jonathan Antoine.
Of course, I know Jonathan. Yes.
Yeah. 8 years ago, he was on Britain's Got Talent. And he's now 25 years old. And last year, he got on Placido Domingo's radar. And that ultimately led him to me. And he's an incredible tenor. And we made this record with the Royal Philharmonic at Abbey Road and Air Studios. And the album is about to come out in the UK on June 15th. It's called Jonathan Antoine Going the Distance. And I am as proud of that record as anything I've ever done. And I hope you guys will go out and find it, because I think you'll really enjoy it. He sings Nessun Dorma. And we had the LA Opera Chorale and Brad Gershon doing the choir part. And Grant Gershon said, short of Pavarotti, that was the greatest performance he'd ever heard of Nessun Dorma. It's really incredible. It's a wow.
So show the CD again. So we all need music. So Jonathan, where does he live? In LA, or he still lives in England?
No, he lives in Essex, England, outside of London.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I will contact him. Maybe I can have him as my guest, so he can promote the CDs. You never know.
Absolutely.
Jonathan
Come on.
Antoine, is he a nice guy like you?
He's a really sweet, thank you, but he's a really lovely guy. He's wicked smart, and he really had a hard time. He was horribly bullied as a kid, and all of those things that are his life experience are now being dealt with at 25 because he understands more of what he went through, and it's coming out in his music in the most beautiful artistic way.
I've heard actually some of his clips. He's an amazing singer. So yeah, and everything you touch and you do, Greg, is always amazing. He's always worth of all the Grammys. And I see Monica also. Yes, it's true. You both are amazing, the both of you. So I want to thank you for being with me today here. And I hope, guys, to see you soon. So for a real hug, I send you a fake one. And thank you for dressing up like chef. And next time, no restaurants. You're going to be cooking. I'm sitting and eating. Love you guys, and the best of everything. And stay safe. Keep cooking and baking. And I'm going to see you soon. Bye, guys. Love you. Are those two guys amazing? And they're really, both of them, cute as a button. I don't know why they're cute as a button. For me, they're cute like the sunshine. Cute like a beautiful day of sun, and that's what they are. They are amazing people. And well, you heard about the new records that Greg has made. They're both amazing records. I've heard some clips, so I will make sure to put the link. And of course, Greg was also the producer of the album of our own Las Vegas Clint Holmes, and they were nominated for 2 Grammy. And which remind me also, talking of which, Grammy. So Clint, you were there. We love you. That today I also there is a book coming out of one of the executive producer of your album, actually, Clint, Len Akehouse. Today has a new book coming out. And Jay, do you have a cover of that book? So there is a book. If you guys goes on, it's a beautiful, actually a fairy tale. Yeah, I have like a copy of it. And I read it. It's actually a beautiful story. I promised Len that I would show it to you. I think you can order it today also on Amazon. Here it is. Orchid. Yeah. Grinza's Orchid. It's a beautiful fairy tale about this gypsy girl. I read it already because Len gave it to me already a couple of months ago. And it's a beautiful story. So congratulations also to Len. People is getting used during COVID-19 so creative. We're all creative. So Greg is making music. Len is writing books. Clint, what are you doing? Me, I'm making this every day and creating all kind of things. I made the intro, as you saw, and there is going to be, before you leave, stay there because you're going to see also the outro I made with nice pictures and videos of Venice and mentioning all the people that are helping me. Today I want to thank a couple of people that I haven't thanked yesterday. Roger Scallion for arranging the Bronx Wanderers for me yesterday. We had an amazing time. Diane Fiorentino, that she's bringing to my life every day, amazing people. And thanks to her, I got some of her friends to help him and supporting me. So I want to thank today Jenny Lee Dolan. She is in Chicago and she made a generous donation. So thank you, Jenny Lee. I'm going to sing a song for you. I want to thank also Jimmy Valenti and Giada, the little Giada that always cooks stuff, my recipe. They always donate and support. Every time he makes one of a recipe, send me pictures of little Giada and he sends me $5. So thank you, Jimmy, for that. And I want to thank also Paula Maggio, also another Chicago, Vegas person that sent me also her donation for watching every day the thing. So guys, I want to thank you. And before we say goodbye, of course, I want to sing you the song that I was mentioning a second ago. So it's a song of Ennio Morricone. I don't use the stand. It's a song written by Maestro Ennio Morricone. And of course, you heard that Gregg Field actually was the only one able to have an English adaptations to the lyrics. In Italian, the song is called Se, which means if. and Clint, not Clint, but our maestro Gregory Field made a beautiful English translations, and it's called If. And I always love to perform this live in the show because the lyrics are so beautiful. And most of the time, the English-speaking people, they have no idea what I'm talking about. So thank you, Greg, Maestro Gregorio, come lo chiamo io, for writing these beautiful English adaptations of this beautiful song of Ennio Morricone that I want to dedicate today to Jenny and to Paula Maggio for their generous donation, and to Diane for always supporting me with my sign language.
Se tu fossi nei miei occhi per un giorno, vedresti la bellezza che, piena di allegria, io trovo dentro agli occhi tuoi, e non so se sia magia o realtà. Se tu fossi nella mia anima un giorno, potresti avere un'idea di ciò che sento io quando mi stringi forte a te, e petto a petto noi respiriamo insieme. Protagonista del tuo amore, e non so se sia magia o realtà. If one day you could see with my eyes the beauty and happiness I see in you, when I see your eyes, the life I dream of can come true. Or is it just a dream? We are one. Remember, we truly are one, all together in this COVID-19. We started as friends, and now we are like a family. All together, you guys have been with me 69 days. And every day you bring me so much joys. You leave me all those comments that I love to read when I'm done with my live things. My guests today were Gregg Field and Monica Mancini, if you are American. Amazing people, amazing human being. Of course, we all know their achievement as artists. But of course, they prove today how simple, nice, humble, and amazing people they are. And I want to thank them again for spending time with me. Tomorrow, I'm going to have another impressive musicians, of course. Is an amazing singer
and director. He's one of the singers of the famous group Il Divo. We all know Il Divo, put together by Simon Cowell there in England. And David Miller, my guest of tomorrow, it's a dear friend of mine, multi-talented, and he's the only American of the group Il Divo. So tomorrow we will be chatting with David to know how he's spending his quarantine. And David is very multi-talented. He's very active also with video and movies. So we will be talking with David, of course, about music, about his projects and COVID-19, how everything is going in quarantine. They live on the northern of New York City. They move out of the city too, together with Sarah Joy Miller, his beautiful wife and amazing soprano singer. So tomorrow is going to be him. And what else? I'm sure that I forgot maybe thousands of things, but one thing for sure, I want to remind you that if you want to watch back, today we had some delay with latency problem. I think JJ was able at a certain point to adjust them, but we can do nothing. We call him a show, but actually we are depending of the Wi-Fi connection. So there were some Wi-Fi issues today, so sorry for that, guys. I think they may have ruined a little bit of the events and birthday, so sorry, Doug. We can do nothing about it. So I'm keeping busy every day, trying to bring to you some happiness, some joy, some good news, some fun. So, and I'm gonna see you tomorrow, same time, same place. If you wanna catch up any of the episode that you may have missed or part of this one, if you got in late, of course, you can always go on Giada.live and you can see them. You can subscribe, please, to my YouTube channel so you can see all the episodes there and all the other videos. You can join me, of course, on my Facebook official page. But of course, some of you are watching now from Twitter, from Twitch, from Periscope, from LinkedIn, all these pages. But of course, I always try to connect everybody on the same place, which will be the Facebook page of the YouTube. So we always stay in contact. Somebody was asking me if I'm still on Cameo. Yes, I'm still on Cameo, where I can do personalized video for birthday, events, of anything. Father's Day is coming up. So if you want me to sing a song or just wish something, you go to cameo.com/Giada Valenti and you can find me there and you can send me your requests. We did it a lot of them for Mother's Day. Father's Day is coming up, but of course, birthday, wedding, wherever you need me to do, I'm here to make you happy. That's basically what I'm here for. So I hope you guys had a good time today. I'm going to be see you tomorrow, same time, same place. I want to say also, mandare un bacio, un abbraccio al maestro Gaetano Randazzo che ci guarda dalla Sicilia. Gregory was mentioning you, of course, and we all know Maestro Gaetano Randazzo because he was my musical director at the last concert before Las Vegas closed, March 14. He came all the way, he flew all the way from Italy to be here in Las Vegas, and we did a concert at the Smith Center. We sang, we danced, and then Las Vegas closed for COVID-19. So Gaetano, ti mando un bacio, un abbraccio a te, alla Dudu. I know you were there watching with us. He also worked with Gregg and Monica. It's a beautiful love community of music all around us. So guys, thank you from the bottom of my heart for being with me. I'm looking forward to see you tomorrow. And this is the sign for tomorrow in sign language. And also tomorrow is going to be a beautiful day of music and special guests. So guys, I love you, friends and family. And I'm going to see you tomorrow here, Las Vegas, 2 p.m. tomorrow. Giada Valenti, un bacio e ci vediamo domani. Ciao a tutti, and stay there, stay tuned for the outro, as they call it, because you're gonna love it and you're gonna see some nice images of Vanish. So stay there. Here he comes.
Dankeschön, dear old Dankeschön. Thank you for seeing me again. Though I'm here in my solitude, I know you are there, and in my heart I smile again. And so I sing here in my solitude, waiting to see you, same time, same place, and I can't wait to say again, Dankeschön, Dankeschön. Dankeschön, dear old Auf Wiedersehen. See you tomorrow. A domani.